Unboxing my mushroom kit. The advantage of growing mushrooms with indoor control is the ability to grow any type at any time of the year. The mushroom kit contains the medium to grow the mycelium, spores in a sterile syringe with a hypodermic needle. Before we get started, make sure you write down the name of the species and the date of inoculation on the label of the bag. This way you have a perception of how much time has passed. Before we inoculate, we are going to sterilize our hands and wipe down the medium bag with rubbing alcohol. Growing mushrooms requires a sterile environment. Let's sterilize the syringe. It's now time to attach the needle to the syringe. So I'll have to be careful and open the package. I'm using a pair of scissors. I'm going to take it out from the cap end, and since I've touched that cap, I will be sterilizing it with some rubbing alcohol. But it's a little hard to get out here. But you'll see once I do get it out, I will, hit it with some rubbing alcohol to keep everything sterile. Let's now attach the needle to the syringe. And the needle does have a cap on it, so I'm not worried about poking myself, but it does screw on. Make sure it's tight. The spores of the future mycelium are contained within this syringe and they've been refrigerated. So it's important that you shake the contents very, very well. Let's clean the port one more time with some rubbing alcohol before we dispense the entire syringe of mycelium spores into the medium. We want to do that evenly, so make sure as you're injecting to go left to right with the syringe and at different angles, and you'll see me do that. Depending on the temperature inside your house where you're growing this mycelium, it can take anywhere between 14 to 24 days for them to become visible. And once the mycelium colony has grown to the size of the palm of my hand, I'm going to break up the mycelium for even colonization. Okay, the mycelium is the size of the palm of my hand. So now it's time for breakup and colonization. I'm going to gently massage the contents until everything within the bag is evenly dispersed. In a few weeks, you'll notice tiny mushrooms growing. These are called pinsets. It seems every time I look at the mushrooms, they're getting larger and larger and larger and larger. As you can see, some of the mushrooms are forming gills, and that is a sign of maturity. I'm going to wait until the gills darken just a little bit more before I harvest them. Look for my final video on this mycelium series, which will show the harvest and cure of these beautiful mushrooms.